Hey guys! Today we're going to be going over this year's first quarter of fashion, as well as doing a Joann's haul because we are saying goodbye to all the Joanne stores. I might stop back in before they officially close, but for now, I have what I have. Pardon the throat, I had an allergic reaction, it's still swollen. I'm fine. Anyways, I have my thoughts here, bullet pointed, we're going to run through them. I'm not going to do like an in-depth of the red carpets because even though I do like doing that, it's just a lot. It's a lot of work, and I just haven't had the time to really compile all my thoughts. But also, the houses, they're all changing creative directors. Some have yet to go, some have already gone. We've seen some design teams, so I'm gonna hold off on those like real in-depth critiques or like watching the shows until, you know, they're a little bit more settled. So let's dive into the opinions. This first one is not an opinion, it's a fact. Schiaparelli are what fashion dreams are made of. That show was, thank you, Daniel Rosemary. He knows what he's doing. It's fabulous. If I had to pick like 3 brands to spend my money at, Schiaparelli would be a number 1. Hermes, that ready to wear. I know like online the discourse about Hermes is mostly about the bags and the shoes, but their ready to wear is really good, particularly that outerwear. Like just like give it to me, especially that leather work. And I mean, we know they're good with leather, but just the ready to wear in general, I think it deserves a lot more shine. I would like to see more Hermes ready to wear unboxings and not just the Birkins and the Kellys, which, I mean, you know, it's nice. We like to see it, but the actual fashion is what I want to see. And yes, I am so happy for Zac Posen's success with Gap. And I know it's not just Gap, it's a couple other brands that are escaping my mind right now. But just the fact that he's doing so well, because, you know, unfortunately, he didn't get the funding for his own label, but he always shows out when he comes to the Met Gala. So hopefully he is sending somebody down, although they would be going with Gap. But anyways, I'm glad for the success, especially because, you know, it is an American brand. And as we have done a lot of outsourcing, there isn't quite as much, you know, American made, truly. So, you know, we'll just see what continues to happen with all of that. Why doesn't Tommy Hilfiger have a fitted crew neck t-shirt that says in cursive, I never said that? Because I want it. Go ahead and send me a check with the shirt and an extra small for the idea. Thank you. Burberry is in really good hands with Sarah. Like, I don't know if anybody was ever actually doubting it, but I think she's going to be really good for Burberry. And as a first collection, especially compared to some of these other people's first collections, it was really good. There are a couple pieces of them like, yeah, okay. But I liked it overall. I am really optimistic about Max Blasey at Chanel. Because I have been very critical of Vinny at Chanel, and rightfully so, because the design team just put out the last collection and it was better than hers. So, which in my honest opinion, I think that's kind of problematic when the design team puts out something better without having a creative director. So, I mean, either it was, you know, just time for her to, you know, take some time and refresh because she'd been at the brand so long. She'd been there when Carl was there. But yeah, no, I think Mathieu Blazy will be really good for Chanel. And then, like, I might consider making that investment rather than just going vintage. Because I'm like, I feel like having a vintage Chanel collection is just like, I don't know, there's something about it. Whereas, like, the new stuff, I've heard they haven't had as many issues quality-wise with ready-to-wear as with the bags. But still, it's just not the same. Especially because, like I said, I've been critical of Vinny. But we shall see. Back on the notes of the design teams. Gucci, like, they needed to stick with the design team for the rest of the year. At the very least, stick with them for the rest of the year. Now, they're moving Demna. Like, obviously, that was a business decision, a lateral move. They're moving too quickly. I don't know what they're thinking. But also, Demna is a strange choice because also I watched Fashion Roman, and he had a couple different lives. One, he talked about, you know, their stocks went down when they appointed Demna, so a lot of people don't really have faith in him, apparently. But also, he had a friend of his on his live. I'm sorry, your name is escaping me at the moment. One of them, or was even comments mentioned, they were like, do you think he's gonna bring his gothic vibe to Gucci? Now, gothic Gucci would be hot. Demna's gothic Gucci is not what I'm envisioning though. So, I'm gonna hold my breath because, you know, he may do something really good. Am I expecting something really good? No. But again, I'm not in charge. So, actually, this actually just realized is actually kind of shady because basically everybody's talking about how Jonathan Anderson is going to Dior, which I'm actually really excited for. I think it's going to be so good, like almost like a revival, because I have also been very critical of Maria because I feel kind of like they've put, side note, we all know fashion is very Nepo based, very who knows you, who likes you. I feel like because, you know, all these houses are very male dominated, I feel like at certain points they bring in women to these spaces not necessarily where they should be, just so that they can later remove them and be like, see, that's why these men should stay there. And it's like, oh, that's what it feels like. It may not actually be that. But now Marie did make good money for the brand. But I personally, her Dior was not why I looked to Dior. But I realized, because I was watching Moshe from Newsflash, and she still has 2 seasons left in her contract. So they can't, like, do a big announcement for Jonathan. But, like, everybody knows. And I'm like, that is actually kind of shady. From my level of understanding, which is not high, I'm not a huge fan of the decisions being made in the fragrance department. Now, they have Francis Kurkdjian there now. I don't know how much of his input is towards the removal of some of them and reformulating some, because some things just don't need to be touched and some things don't need to leave. But, you know, I don't do their financials. I don't do their sourcing. So, you know, we'll hold our breath because, you know, I like Grand Soir. Tom Ford under Hader Ackerman. That looks good. I'm very pleased. And Tom looked pleased when he hugged him on the runway after the show. So, you know, good things. I don't know if I want to, by myself, review outside of the Met carpet. Because like I said, it's a lot of work. Hot Limo does still do the red carpets, and, you know, he's studied in, you know, in the industry, so he has an inside point of view, which I think he has a slight bit more bias than he used to. I'm not talking about like professionalism, because, you know, he had a conversation with people about that. It's not the professionalism aspect. It's the commentary, because certain things, it might just be male-female perspective as well, which I appreciate. So I watched his red carpet reviews. But I do think red carpets in general might need a little bit of a dress code. Because it's not even just dress code, just like guidelines, which at this point it might just be that we need to re-examine some of the stylists, not necessarily their clients. Because it's very, I mean, some of these things coming down the carpet are very interesting. Some of them are ill-fitting. Some of them are strangely accessorized. And yeah, but because even y'all know the NFL Walk of Fame, some of them look a hot ass mess. Some of them look good. But anyways, yeah, maybe some guidelines, you know, might be useful. Just saying. And the Met Gala, I still do not have the highest of hopes for the carpet, but there was a really lovely discussion on Complex about dandyism. I'll link it somewhere so you can see that, because it was really insightful. And, you know, I expect there to be great looks on the carpet, but I'm not expecting majority of the looks to be great. And I'm just being honest, like, these last few Met Galas, there have been some flops, but there have also been some stunners. But I'm like, there should be, for that amount of money, everybody should be hitting. Like, and I mean, like it's charity. That's why it's expensive. But like, charity doesn't have to look. And because I'm a 90s baby, 2000s child, Victoria Beckham's success in her fashion line, I'm very happy for her. Because when me and my friends played Spice Girls, I was Posh. Always been rooting for her. I loved her reality TV series that was on YouTube. So funny. I don't like the shoes that were on her runway show this season. They're weird. The oversized shoe thing. A lot of people are doing weird things with shoes. But other than that, really happy that she's doing well in the business. Like her stuff. I liked her stuff before she started doing well, but still like it. The Louis Vuitton Margiela collab. Now, I was a Tabby hater. I'm still a Tabby hater, actually. I think they're awful. Horrendous to the eyes. But now the Margiela side of the collaboration, I don't like those shoes. I'm not really feeling it. I'm just not a Margiela girl. It's fine. Now, the Louis Vuitton side is kind of giving Narnia. And I don't hate it. Am I going to try a pair on to see if I could like it? I don't know if I'm there yet. But the sparkly Seder shoes are on my mind. Pat McGrath at Louis Vuitton. I don't know why they didn't do that sooner. Who knows? Anyways, she's there now. I know it's going to be great. And just to be honest, as a whole, like in fashion, but specifically between LVMH and Kering, because they're the direct competitors. I mean, LVMH. Anyways, LVMH does a little bit better of a job of acknowledging that they receive a lot of the black dollar. Now they're not perfect. They can absolutely do better. But they do acknowledge it. Very much so. Because let's be real, Gucci does better with black people. So, I mean, look, they could have, I know for a fact they could have got a black head. Why didn't they just give it to Dapper? Did Dana, or would he have to move to France? Yeah, he's not leaving Harlem. They definitely could have found someone to take over Gucci and just like, especially because black people would just be showing out for black people. So like, even if we don't necessarily know who that person is, like they'd be like, oh, they got the black people back in there now. Let's see what's up. We would at least pull up. And then if they start doing a bad job, then yeah. But yeah. So basically, Gucci just needs a black savior. You know I'm right. But just in general on YouTube, jewelry. Like I've said in another video, my first two fashion loves were shoes and jewelry. All the jewelry videos are of the same things. I understand trends are popular. I understand trends get pushed for a reason. They help make the brands money. But please show me your jewelry that I have not seen on everybody else. Particularly when you're doing collections. Like if you're doing a collection and it's just the same things that everybody else has, I don't want to see. Which, I mean, I can just not watch. I won't. I'll skip it. It's fine. But if you happen to have those, like, Cartier has more than the Love Bracelet. They have more than the Justin Klume. We've seen those for about 2 decades now. I know you've bought something else. Can I see it, please? Just give me a little. Because I'm not going to fault you if you're getting a sponsorship. Like, make your money. But, let me see the other goods. Just saying. And those are all my takes for the moment. At least for quarter one. And now we can see all the beautiful things I got from Joanne. Y'all, it was so depressing going into that store. Okay. First things first. I got a self-healing board. and a cutter. So these ones were 30 or 40% off, because the way they did it, most things in the store were actually 20% off. The seasonal things and like flannels and wool were 30 to 40% off, and like the holiday stuff was 40% off. The fabric you had to buy at least 2 yards of. The like pre-cut under 2 yards was 50 or 75. I think that depends on the store, but they don't, if you came up to the counter and it was under 2 yards, they don't do that on the spot. It has to already be pre-made. It's strange. But you know, it's to a liquidation company. It's not through Joann's. You cannot expect the prices to actually be like the best for a sale. But since they're leaving, because they don't technically have to sell everything before they close the doors, they did say that they're it's going to be sometime in May is what they're aiming for, but that's not a given. So I got these 2 different interfacings, you know, one stiffer, one looser. I got these toggle clasps. I also got a thimble. And I got a case with some more pins, because you can never have enough of these. I almost ran out when I was pinned, because I had a couple things pinned. And then I also had my clips, and I was like, okay, let me get the needles. I am a firm believer that you can never have enough sewing thread, because, you know, if you're color matching, or even if you're not color matching, you know, maybe you want contrast. It's pretty. And, you know, what if it breaks? What if, you know, you just can't find it anymore at that point in time? And also, it's better to look in person than it is to buy online, which you can still do. So I got 2 of this color. I got 1 of this. I also got 1 of these. This is gorgeous. I was just looking and I was like, oh wait, I didn't get any orange fabric thread. And I was like, wait, I have a couple pieces of orange, but like not much. And then I forgot. I was like, oh no, I did pick up at least 1. I also picked up this one. I also got this beautiful, I think seafoam green is such a pretty color, honestly. I think, what is it? There's seafoam and there's another color next to seafoam. I think this would still technically, I think it's a little richer than seafoam, but I also got a purple. Like, I don't like, I like purple and like I want to do more purple, but I'm not a purple person. And also because red is right there, and red is just like, so I'm working on it. Oh, and another pink, like an actual pink, like visible. And this gray, it's like a blue gray, like a blue steel. Steel, no, it's more gray than steel. Anyways, now everything else I got is fabric. Oh, this first fabric, let me do this one that let me keep on. They also are not supposed to, there's something under here with pins, of course. They're not supposed to give you the bolts if you just buy the whole bolt, because, anyways. Do you see how pretty it is? It's a little more than 2. I should have had it right. Oh wait, no, it's on there. Anyways, it's beautiful. I don't have the full idea of what I want to make with it yet, but how could I pass it up? Like, do you think this is going to be there at the end when, like, they finally, if they even do make everything else, like, 40 or 50% off? Like, come on. I saw this, like, a year or 2 ago. I don't remember, but I got what was left, and I'm going to make a robe with it, because how could you not? Like, what else could you make? I mean, you could make something else, but a robe is perfect. And Mama, she was like, if you don't use all of it, give me the rest of it. So, because I don't think I'll need, because I'm not going to make, it's going to be similar to my, my Martha May robe, but not as big. It's going to be a little bit more standard. This fabric, I actually already have some of this. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 yards that I have, but this was the last chance fabric, so it's an extra discount on top of that because it's last chance. So I was like, well, let me just get some more so that, you know, I can maybe make a larger outfit or, you know, expand upon what I already have in mind for it. I also got this. Nice, beautiful, rich. I don't want to unfold everything yet. But you see that? Like, you see, like, it's not too far from purple, but it's red. So it's like I'm verging in there, like within my comfort zone. But like, we'll see. And it will go with this head wrap too. Oh, it's not even a head wrap, it's just a scarf that I'm wearing. Anyways. And this, I saw this red first. Like, it's coming up a lot, you know, brighter and like more winey on the camera. But I mean, it, because I'm on the little head anyway. But with the nice crinkle effect, so it'll always be wafting when I walk. Just now in that same sheer, not sheer, in the velvety, rich movement, a nice dark blue. I think this is the same one I saw in the other store that I was thinking about getting, but it was just under 2, and so at that point they were still gonna say if it's under 2 then it's just 10% instead of the 20. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. But then I found it at the other store when I went with my mom, so I was like, okay, and I can get a little bit more because I was like, I just want to make a flowy skirt, but now I'm like, might make something else a little flowy. We'll see. And this is just black spandex stretchy. I need it to go under something, and I was like, well, I'm probably gonna use it more than once, so I got a little decent bit. Why, my words, I got a decent bit of it. It's giving Monet. Like, it's so pretty. I'm like, I don't remember. I don't think this was the rest of it. It might have been the rest of it. Some of these I just got the rest of. But, you know, obviously it's an overlay. But it's just so graceful and delicate. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of the Princess of Genovia. It actually looks a little bit, yeah, like a painting up on the wall. Just, I have this overlay. It looks kind of like, it looks slightly like, oh, what is that flower? You tell me. But I have something in mind for this. Look, there was this one, there was another one. The other one kind of washed. It was a little, it wasn't quite rich enough. And then I went to another Joann's and I saw it in another shade. And I'm like, oh, you know, I might stop back and see if it's available. But, you know, I love a golden moment. And I think it's still slightly a little bit washed out. But I want to do like a golden silver moment. So it's okay. Oh my gosh, this one. I almost missed out. I saw it in the Joann's that I went to and I left it because I was slightly on the fence about it, but I was like, it's so pretty, I'll probably just have to go back for it. But then I went to the Joann's with my mom and it was there. And I think, did I get the rest? I don't know. Anyways, I know exactly what I want to make with this. It's so fucking pretty. And like, honestly, because I absolutely plan to go to India for the fabric district. Absolutely. I also plan to go down to, what was it Vietnam, where they do the shops where you can go get something made in like 24 hours. My papa went and he had some boots made and they were really good. But yeah, future things. But and yeah, oh my god, side note, I've been fighting the urge to dye my hair for like a decade, and like it's kind of getting to me, but like I don't want to take new headshots. But basically, I've been a partial ginger before, and the reason I was about to do it, and then people kept bringing up somebody, and I'm like, I really don't like getting comparisons a lot of the times, but also this particular one at the moment was bothering me. But I love, like, please, like, I love Poison Ivy. I love Jessica Rabbit, Starfire. And who was that other one just recently? Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about her. But basically, ginger is a mood. So I'm like, do I want to do it? But I don't typically wear my hair in my afro when my hair is dyed. But because I also don't really like to dye my roots. But we'll see, because the itch is, it's like boring its way into my head. And the contrast with what I want to make. I'll make the dress when I have the dress made, if the itch is there. and this buttery cream faux suede, just like, it's so good. And I have something in mind too, and it's giving, I don't want to spoil it for you though, but like, it's so good. It's giving Meredith. Was it Meredith Blake or Marks? Who's Meredith Marks? I'm pretty, it was Meredith Blake. Anyways, Meredith Blake Parent Trap, because that's where my Evian obsession came from. Because hand me my Evian, I'd be fine with the lizard. But either way, that's what this is gonna give. Okay, I am a long-term thinker, and the middle is unclear. I know where I'm going, I just don't know the journey. So I saw this fabric when I was in the location I was at. It was under $2. So I was like, I went with my mom, I saw the fabric, and then I saw it in a different fabric, same pattern. And I was like, it's so cute. This is a nursery pattern. I am not pregnant. I'm not expecting. If you don't see a ring on this finger, don't even ask me. But I love bunnies. I have a stuffed bunny that has matching with my sister from my Nana. I have a bunny tattoo. I have bunnies in my yard. I had to get it. It's so cute. And I have leftover fur from Martha May. So now I just have, like, I'm going to leave it. And then eventually, when I have a person, I'm going to sew that. And I'll just have a cute baby blanket. I know, it's a lot, but I don't care. Grabbed me some muslin. And I grabbed a few white, because I kind of want to have an all-white wardrobe. Like, it's giving Lisa Ray. But, like, white is really nice. I like it. It's very chic. So, I don't know if you can kind of see the text. There you go on that. So, that's going to be one look. And I also got this linen one. You see? I want this to be a top. You know, just giving very brunch at the countryside. And this is what I bought that pink thread for. Please. She's pretty in pink. Not like the movie. I didn't actually watch that movie. But anyways. And I got a nice red moment. Oh, that looks so good on camera. It's not quite that shade of red. It's not that, there it's coming up a little bit more fuchsia. And this is just more red. But I love that. Another white. This is a textured white fabric. You know that crinkle. Can you get it? There you go. And then, oh, I was so excited. This is obviously an outer layer. Please. Like, it's giving Colorado bolo tie, cowboy hat. Like, I love it. You see nice autumn colors. It looks good already. You see the vision? If you don't, it doesn't matter, because it is it's happening anyway. So that's all from Joanne's. The last choice. Well, I might pick something up. I probably won't pick up enough to do a full haul if I go back again. Anyways, so very sad. We shall mourn the loss. But I was talking with some fam about maybe doing just like a trip up to New York to go to like the dead stock factories. That'd be really cute. So we'll see. But in the meantime, go ahead and comment, like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this first quarter of fashion. Let me know if you guys stopped into Joanne's. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.